our dear viewers on the edition of The Link this week. We hope you stay with us as we keep our promise to give you information that you can use and opportunities. Sometimes we have both of them. Today we have more of information that you can use still, and as we have always done, around your money. And today we are asking, what is the effect, what are the negative effects of borrowing and not paying back? Some people out there love borrowing money and they don't want to pay. And nowadays, we can even borrow using our mobile phones. There's all these people lending you. But sometimes you're going to pay someone and they say, please don't put it on that number because somebody, I have a loan on it and I've not paid. And they seem to be getting away with it. But the way things are, it can catch up. And today we're discussing that issue, but also with other financial institutions. And in the studio, I have 20 years or more than 20 years of experience banker, Daniel Babonereirwe, who also works with Banner Consult. Daniel, welcome back to The Link.
Thank you, Sam.
It's been a while, almost a year.
It has been, and we have both been busy, moving up and around, but it's always good to come back and share with you and all our colleagues.
Yeah, we remember very well our segment, which you said, what your banker will not tell you.
Yes.
Very interesting things.
What your banker won't tell you, it's not that the bankers don't want to tell you, but in most cases, the language they tell you in each of their communications.
Yeah.
Every profession has its own coded language. Like a doctor, it's not that the doctor doesn't want to tell you, but they will tell you something, and you cannot tell what they are talking about.
Okay.
But here our role is to break it down.
Absolutely, and that's why we have you, the experienced banker, here. We're dealing with the question of borrowing and not paying back. In other words, which can amount to what we call a credit profile.
Yes.
But so that we don't remain complicated, as we had said, what is a credit profile and how does it work and why is it important?
A credit profile is a neutral word. It can be either negative or positive, but it's a profile like how you have built up yourself, your credibility. Even before all these credit scoring systems started, the branch manager in the old setting used to sit in a place and used to know like all the people in the town, all the people in the town that would come to borrow from the bank. So coming up with a credit profile of someone was so easy, and it was a bit more personal. But as they say the manager of today must manage 3 C's, competition, complexity, and change. So all the time it's changing, and we have been more digital. We are even going AI. So the first credit reference bureau came up to have centralized credit profiles in 1899 in the US. In Uganda, 2004, that's when we were coming up. I remember us contributing to that initial CRB in Uganda. That is to have a centralized place of information. Then it was operationalized in 2008, if I remember, 2008, 2009. And it was 1, now there are 4. But this is how we capture all the information to be put in there. Originally, it was only negative data. From very few institutions, they started with commercial banks and MDIs. But now it's growing and encompassing more institutions and more tiers, including even utilities.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what these guys have my information. What would my credit profile have? That means I have borrowed somewhere.
Going back to the branch manager in a small town, Kampala is no longer a small town, or Mbarara, or whichever of these cities. You have now to rely on data, which data is in multiple places, and in most cases it's asymmetrical. Asymmetrical meaning each institution has its own what they know about you, and the others may not. So, but what happens is this profile is now unified, and with on top of the identifier, the original identifier was the credit card. The financial card, which would be with you. Now we also have the national ID, So, meaning if you are borrowing, all this information can be congregated here, and then it shows you. So Ssettumba, for example, it will show Ssettumba has borrowed quite this number of credit facilities. He has been paying regularly, or he has been defaulting on 3 and paying on 2, or all of them he has defaulted. Now, each of you, even in your own personal business, you would know that so and so, he has always been around Chikubo here. He borrowed from the other guy, he never paid him. He borrowed from the other, or if it's in your circle, there's a guy you will blacklist and say, this one we shall never lend to.
He never pays.
He never pays. Or there's a gentleman, every time you call him, he says, don't put money on my number, as you said. My Airtel number don't put, or my MTN don't put, they will chop. That is the common language now. So it's a profile you are building on yourself, to the extent that even the person paying you will ask you, how can I trust you? If you are saying you are not paying the other. But what we are talking about, the profile is the official one at either one or more of the credit reference bureaus, where it unifies. It shows your name, all your details, your national ID, your residence, your...
If I issue bouncing checks, it also shows them.
Yeah, it does show that you have return checks. At the end, normally has other information, which may not be exactly generic.
Okay.
But the generic one has like, how many credit facilities do you have? How many inquiries have been made about you? How many loans have been turned down? How many loans have you paid? Even if you have paid, have you been paid on time? Or do you pay after 2 months or after 3 months? So even when you are paying, it's very good that you make sure you pay on time.
On time.
Because it captures information. You always pay a month late. You pay, but you always pay late.
Okay, let's go to our next question. There are people who price themselves on borrowing and not paying, including through the mobile phone. What are the dangers of me borrowing and failing to pay, even failing to pay on time? In other words, the so what of what you have been explaining. So what if I have, let me say, a bad credit profile?
It's always good sometimes when you call yourself Muntu wa wansi, but majority of us have dreams. So the danger is that you call yourself Muntu wa wansi. It's okay to work on it when you know you want to go up. But when you want to use it, show that you are so disadvantaged and therefore you don't even pay back, then you are painting yourself into a corner, and you might remain small forever. Because no one is going to now trust you with anything. The credit profile you build is the stepping stone to the bank trusting you and giving you a fast-away facility. Secondly, you might even be able to negotiate on the terms of that loan, especially on the interest rate. More the interest rate, you might even negotiate on the terms. And you say, I want to pay quarterly. Now, if someone has been seeing you paying various credit facilities,
loans
and others, is more likely to trust you. And the gut feeling, once it's added to this confirmation, it just does what? It books in. You might negotiate on the amount, because if you have been managing loans up to 20 million, and now you want an increment 30, and your payment record is good, there is no reason why me as a bank, I should not even going around.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's go to the mobile in a minute. I'm borrowing via mobile money, where also, and I don't pay, or I take long until they hand for me, then I pay. How does that affect even me now? It's my mobile phone, maybe I can leave that number and get another number.
The biggest thing we look at, because when you go originally, I remember when we were starting banking, for a long time, account numbers in the formal banking system were stuck at 400,000. For a long time, we failed even to hit 800,000. But when mobile money came in, accounts now are in their millions. I'm not sure how it is, but over 20 now, 20 million. Now, all those are people now who have been excluded out of the banking system. They now can transact. They can even have a statement showing the bank that I always get my payment and I transact like this. So having an ability to access credit is a chance to showcase you. If you want to start your own hustle, a side hustle or a main hustle, it's a starting point, credibility. Just like you are asking for a job, and then they ask you for experience. Because this credit profile it's your mwema, it's your reference, it's your statement. You start from there. But if you have been having credit you don't pay on your mobile
Even
loans,
on a mobile phone, little money.
then how does the other banker trust you? Now, actually, then goes even people who are already borrowing in commercial banking, in commercial banks.
Yeah.
Now, you find they are honoring the commercial bank, but they are not honoring the other one, mobile money.
We're going to go for a break, but before we go, I would say that if even when you borrow on your mobile phone, via your mobile phone and you don't pay, your not paying is registered with the credit reference bureaus, and you may not find it when you go to your circle. If it is a serious one, they may not give you money because you are not paying the small money mobile phone on your mobile phone. That is something to take note of as we go for the break. We'll come back after the break and continue this conversation, the danger of borrowing and not paying back. Welcome back from the break, and we're continuing with this conversation around the subject of financial literacy. Borrowing money now with the mobile phone even, and you don't pay back and you think it's of no consequence. It might be of consequence, and we have discussed that before we went for the break. And I have in the studio Mr. Daniel Babonereirwe with Banner Consult, but also a banker for more than 20 years. So he's here to tell us about the dangers of borrowing and not paying back, especially today. Now, Daniel, how can I use, let's leave alone people who don't pay. Let's flip it and say the good side. Me, I pay, and I have a good credit profile. How can I use it to my advantage?
Thank you, Sam, again. You remember the first time we ever heard talking about what your banker won't tell you? We talked about Campari. Campari, we want to go back into it. You can go and look at that profile where you talked about Campari. But now you are building your own Campari. And remember in that segment we said when you establish your own, give yourself value, you go with it to the bank and you can negotiate with it. It's not only the bank, but many other places that may actually, though they are not mandatory, it's not mandatory of them or accredited contributors, the CRB system. Yeah. They might actually ask your credit reference bureau where you don't need it, like in a procurement case. They might ask you for your credit profile, which you might print out and add to your value. So when you are also in the bank, now you need to build this because much of it shows the character. Character very well. The
way you behave around money shows a little bit of who you are.
And ability to pay. Now, if you say you are having 5 million, but they look at your installments, you are having more than 7 million, and you are paying back, and then it shows that most of the time you are paying late. Or you are behind a certain loan, and then you are asking for another loan. So it means you are basically saturating around borrowing from A to pay B. Now, every client will be very hesitant. So you can flip it and use it. Because when you are starting like or going to another level of your business, you may need that loan which your financials are not yet very well supporting. But in that small segment, before you become a very big business, in the SME, the owner manager or you yourself who is running the business, in most cases, lends your credit grade to the business. So the character you take it reflects a lot on your business. So when your scores are high, you are paying on time, you are paying well, it shows very, very good discipline. Now, everyone trusts you. No one wants to go and look around and hound you looking for information. So if you give them information, you have already done their work, then you build on it to build further.
Reputation.
Yes. So actually some of them are now calling it reputational collateral. Yeah, it's like now they will not ask you. The banks have a lot of money sometimes stuck with them, and looking for collateral and evaluating or getting valuation of collaterals, physical collaterals, takes a lot of money and time. So when you get someone who does not want to take into that whole process, you are happy.
It's cheaper to operate with you.
It's cheaper to operate, and you can even negotiate get me lower. If it doesn't give you, another lender will take you.
Just a clarification I want to understand. In the credit reference bureaus, which are now 4, where we keep our credit profiles, do they have credit profiles of individuals and businesses?
Yes, yes. Yeah, businesses, as long as they are borrowing, the profiles are kept also.
Okay.
Yes.
When a business is borrowing, it is borrowing in its own right beside the owners, is that correct?
Yes. They are two different. But in a judgment, when you are judging, and you look at the profile of the director,
yes,
and the profile of the company, in a decision making, you cannot stop me from adding the two.
Yeah, that's a very important point you have said. Can you look at my company looking good beside me?
Yes.
The director?
If you have a lower, less control of the company,
okay,
this can be a bit separated. Though it gives a hint. Why are the directors all in default?
So I would say, like for Nation Media or NTV, you may look at NTV. Not necessarily the general manager, because it has a board and everything else. But in the case of an SME,
yes,
maybe single member company, or they are directors, but they're not as structured as, say, NTV. Then the director's profile would also inform you on the company's, risk.
See,
is that correct?
Yeah, it does. It does reflect. Oh no, the company in most cases does not go back to the individual.
Yes.
But if it's the owner managed company, owner managed means you are the owner and you are the one who operates the business.
Okay.
So you cannot say the business failed on its own because it's a limited liability. If you are the owner manager, it just reflects on you.
Okay.
If you come from here, let me say you are the accountant of NTV, and you reach a bank and they say, you see, your books don't add up. You don't take it personally.
The company's books or my books?
Your books, the company books. You don't take it personally. That is the same thing. The bank can also not say some Ssettumba has a personal loan which is not doing well or doing well, and then you lend that doing wellness to the company. And now this also depends on the level. So if, for example, I'm borrowing to set up a whole project, like say I'm building Garden City, you cannot evaluate it on me.
No.
Because even if I'm good, that one is going into multi-billions. And now it has to be evaluated on its own terms.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll bring you back to on that subject of evaluation, individuals versus companies and etc. Our final question. If I wanted a certified profile, now I know I'm here, I like paying, and my records are good with the CRBs. Is it possible for me to get one and use it?
Yeah, you can. You can. Number one, because that's what we are talking about, having this good credit profile.
Yes.
You can actually tout it and say, even Credit Reference Bureau is here, report. It's up to you. Then you can as well even go a step ahead and allow Credit Reference Bureau to send directly your profile to either where you are looking for a job or some credit facility in a business transaction, so that people can know this is your credit standing.
Okay.
Back to the other commercial bank where the small branch manager in a small town, this is information which you would know.
Yeah.
Everybody in town would know the other guy is a good guy, he always pays.
Okay.
But here we are in a cosmopolitan environment. We are digital, and the more digital we get, the more footprint we leave wherever we go.
Very good. And before we came on air, we were discussing something about these people who get educational loans. And we just learned that they are established as part of the Credit Reference Bureau. So if you get money from the government to go to school for higher education and you don't pay, that means it's going to eat on you in future. Is that correct?
You are very right, Sam. And we are using the student loan only, but it grows more. You see, like there's this GROW project, which is mostly for women. There are many others support youth, others support small scale. Now they go as group borrowers. There are others for farmers. They are there to support the individuals to get them included into this financial system. So the appeal I make to people is that take this one as a reference. Omwema, the reference. So build your credit grade on that one. Now, when you want to get more or you get more, like they say in the Bible that or those ones who have more will be added to them. So the more you get and pay back, the credit profile you are building yourself, the easier it is to get and to be trusted by bigger and bigger entities. Thank
you very much, Mr. Daniel Babonereirwe, on the issue of borrowing and paying back. It looks like a simple issue, a simple topic, but starting with this mobile phone, if you borrow there, please pay back. If you borrow from your relatives or neighbors, pay back. Now when you go to the bank, pay back, because it's reputational that follows you. One time you are going to be in need and no one can assist you because you are generally known as the defaulter. But on a wider scale doing business, make sure your business borrows and pays back. That was the link. Thank you for joining us tonight.